Hey y'all, this is Marty K. Hope everybody is doing well. Get over here. I just wanted to come to y'all because last night I had another blackout. This second blackout in like 2 weeks. This one only lasted an hour, but I was sitting here on my computer working, and all of a sudden I just started hearing like, you know how I had just turned the heat on as I was chilling. And you know how you can hear when something is like about to give out a gas? Like I could hear the power going out in the neighborhood before it actually went out. And then my heat started, acting like it wasn't going to run. And then the refrigerator turned off. And then it just got dark. And then the lights flickered a couple times. And then it just went completely dark. It was just raining a little bit. No thunder, no lightning, no reason or rationale for why we didn't have power. But the power just went out. About a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, same thing happened about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the power went out for like 2, 3 hours, just in the middle of the night. I don't know what's going on, but something is going on. And, I've been telling you about the blackouts happening all, in Europe and other places. So we need to pay attention to this. And you really should be ready at any time for just a power outage. And it doesn't have to be because there's a storm or something happening in the area. It could just be for any old reason. They already told us we're going to have cyber pandemics. We're going to have rolling blackouts. We're going to have bad storms. We're going to have pestilences and plagues and all the shenanigans and chicanery that they can conjure up out their butts. But we know, so we have to be prepared. So thankfully, I keep my stuff charged up. So I was ready. I had matches. I have candles. When you by yourself, you just got to do what you got to do. Again, fortunately, the power didn't stay off that long. But I don't ever know when it's going to go off, and you don't know when it's going to come back on. So you have to be ready. So I want to share this story with you from, let me see if I can move my head. Okay. From, I think it's the NewOrleans.com. It's NOLA.com. So it says the timeline of nuclear plant shutdown raises questions about Louisiana blackout. So this came out 18 hours ago. So it says elected officials homed in Tuesday on the timeline of events that led to an abrupt order of forced blackouts on Sunday in Louisiana, prompting Entergy and Cleco to cut the lights to 100,000 residents in the New Orleans area amid hot late spring temperatures. Well, it has not been that hot here, so I don't know what the problem is. Regulators had previously pinned the outages in part on the unexpected shutdown of River Bend, a nuclear plant north of Baton Rouge. But Entergy and federal officials said Tuesday that River Bend was shut down because of a leak on May the 21st. That left the grid operator, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, with several days to plan for the lower supply of electricity. The timing has raised more questions about why Louisiana was forced into a load shed event that caused widespread outages well before peak summer demand for electricity. So they're doing all kinds of stuff, and we don't know what they're doing. All we know is that at any time we could be without power. So again, this is all the more reason that you should be ready, that you should not be relying on power. Your food supplies, your food rations should not rely heavily on freezing, I was reading somebody's post the other day where they were like they had like 3 or 4 freezers of food. And I was like, well, what happens if the power goes out? Unless they have some like alternative source to keep those things going, like solar. And even you can't even really rely on solar because when they want to spray up the sky and not have the sun come through, then your solar is no good. So anyway, it says officials are asking Entergy and MISO officials to answer questions publicly about what happened next Tuesday at a city council meeting and a public service commission hearing next month in a bid to figure out how the looming power deficit was not caught earlier. Entergy is also expected to face questions about its long-standing lack of transmission in South Louisiana that has created load pockets where it's difficult to import power. The Riverbend nuclear plant shut down May 21st after operators noticed a leak, which they identified 2 days later as the result of a faulty valve in the reactor's cooling system, according to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Entergy fixed the valve over the weekend, bringing the plant back online Monday. The plant did not unexpectedly trip offline over the weekend, as has been previously reported. So they're going to lie to us about why they're having these power outages. We don't know. And I'm just got my tinfoil hat on. They're probing the system to just see how people are going to react or to just see how things work so they can cut it off and cut it on when they get ready. So that's pretty much how you know all this stuff is just going to be orchestrated. A New Orleans City Council member said Tuesday that Entergy reported getting only 3 minutes notice Sunday before being forced to shed load or proactively turn off the lights for tens of thousands of people to avoid catastrophic damage to the electric grid. So, if nothing else, learn that you are going to be a casualty of war. Your collateral damage. I apologize for the train. I don't know what's going on. Train's been going on through here all morning long. So it says if regulators and Entergy had known about the looming power deficit, regulators and advocates say they could have taken steps to prevent forced blackouts. So I don't know if we had a forced blackout or not, but I just know 2 times within the last 2 weeks we've been having power outages. Some industrial plants have contracts that require them to ramp down power during such emergencies, allowing the utility to free up to 280 megawatts of capacity in the Entergy system as of 2023. Other customers also could have been required to conserve energy. 2 days after the outages, it remains unclear how other factors might have been at play. Higher than forecast temperatures could have contributed, but Logan Burke, head of the Alliance for Affordable Energy, noted that Entergy and Cleco were required to shed 600 megawatts of power, a huge amount that makes it unlikely bad weather forecast can totally explain it. So it says the question is, what else do we not know about? Burke said, noting it's unknown whether the non-nuclear power plants or transmission lines were out of service during the event. I can imagine missing 100 megawatts, Burke said. 600 is just hard to fathom where that's coming from. So it says MISO said that unplanned outages of generators and transmission structures contributed to the power losses, but neither MISO nor Entergy and Cleco have provided more information about which generators and transmission lines were down. So anyway, I'm saying all this to say y'all better get y'all candles together because these folks out here cutting lights off. Don't be baking no pies unexpectedly and cake. Don't have no joy in your life. Don't just do nothing. They just want us to be tortured all the time. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. I had to go get my my charger, my computer was dying. So the bottom line is that it's getting hot. I told y'all a lot of stuff getting ready to happen. It's gonna be hot. We're gonna have rolling blackouts. Everybody gonna have rolling blackouts. I live in Buck Nelly. Ain't nothing here in this town that could be making our power go off like this. We don't have no power. We don't have nuclear power plants. Like, it's not nothing here for this to be happening. And they are replacing power poles. You know, they've been replacing power poles since the hurricane came through. Hurricane Helena, whatever that storm was, that was back in September. So something ain't right, and it's okay, because we've been talking about this for years. They have been warning us, so it's not like we don't expect it. It's just another thing that has come on the radar that we can actually put our finger on and confirm, okay, this is happening. So these power outages are happening everywhere. They have reached America. Again, people are not talking about it. It's just kind of, oh, we don't have power for this amount of time. And they're getting us accustomed to this, because this is going to be the state of our lives for a minute. We're not going to be able to afford power. We're not going to be able to replace power grids if they go down for years. They know this. Now, it doesn't mean that that's actually the case. How do we know they don't have stuff to just fix it whenever they get ready and come back online? We don't know. We don't know nothing. Everything we know is a lie. But chicanery is afoot. Again, make sure you have your phones charged. Any flashlights that require electrical charge, make sure they're charged. If you have a charger, or something that you can recharge your devices with, you need to make sure that is charged. Have candles and plenty of matches, in addition to lighters or whatever else, flints. Have alternative methods to cook. You need to try to have you a solar fan or something that you can cool yourself off with in the summertime. And as far as heat in the winter, maybe have like a portable camping stove or something. I don't know. All I do know is, come the third financial quarter and the fourth financial quarter of this year and the first of next year, it's really going to be rough for us. You can see it if that's the bill passes that Trump has in office. A lot of people are going to be getting kicked off of social safety net programs, which is going to be a huge issue. A lot of seniors, a lot of single moms, a lot of children are going to suffer. People are going to lose jobs. People are going to be able to pay unable to pay utility bills, one. And two, the chaos has to come in order to bring the order. So you're going to have all these different scenarios converging upon us. And this is, one of the things that they talked about, like causing pain, not having power. A lot of people are just not going to be able to cope. You can't watch TV, you can't charge your devices, you can't do nothing. It's going to be pain. So with that said, make sure y'all are preparing for every type of scenario that you can. Faith without some work is dead. So don't sit around and be talking about, oh, the Lord got me. He gonna have you all right. Gonna have you out here looking stupid because he told you, sent your messengers to tell you, get you some candles, get you some matches, get you some flashlights, get you some batteries. Be ready, because things are going to happen really quick, and there's not anything, there's no reason for us not to be ready, because they've basically given us the whole entire playbook. So with that said, for 2 weeks straight, not 2 weeks, but I'm gonna say over the past 2 weeks, I've had power outages at night twice. Unexplained, no bad weather, nothing, and it wasn't even hot. So I don't know what's going on, but y'all just pay attention. If you have had power outages, let me know in the comment section. Like, what's the frequency? How long were the outages when they happened? And, did you feel like you were prepared? Did you feel that you needed to do more? How did you react? And, what did you have to use during that time? What time of the day it was? That type of thing. So let us know, because one thing about the comment sections is that people will they'll let you know what's going on in the comment section. And that's why I like to write in comment sections, because a lot of times I learn more, or not necessarily more, but I learn things from the comment section about things people are experiencing in other places around the country and even around the world. So if you experienced power outages, let us know so that we'll know, what to look forward to. All right. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Follow me on Odyssey, Rumble on Instagram, and on Facebook. The links are in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, I have Venmo, I have Coffee, and also have a GoFundMe campaign. The links for those are in the description box at the very top. This channel is not monetized, and I don't want to monetize it because I just don't want to harass people with commercials. And I would like to be able to have conversations about things that I want to talk about without having to deal with the rules, the strict rules for monetization. So if you like this type of content, if you like to be warned and prepared, we talk about non-traditional things over here, support the channel. I appreciate it. Lastly, continue to prep, continue to pray, seek the Most High in all things. Do what he tells you to do. I know he ain't telling you not to do nothing, because that's not how he warns his people. He always warns before destruction. The Creator always warns you before destruction. Destruction doesn't come suddenly. Destruction just comes. But for those who have ears to hear, eyes to see, and a heart willing to be circumcised so that it can receive the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, those people are not caught off guard. Those people know. So keep watch, family. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. Just saying it. All right. This is Marley K. Love y'all, and I'm out.